Wow, we are just beyond honored to be recognized amongst so many artists who we admire and love so much. This year, we submitted our weirdest stuff and just sort of like threw it into the wind to see where it would land, and we were so thrilled to get recognized this year.
We just feel like it's such a testament that the work that we were the most excited about that we were doing, and also the work that we were the most like, maybe this was also work that these incredible institutions were like, okay, yeah, like we're excited about that too. Keep going in those wild directions. And I think that just speaks to such a strength that is being woven into this field. And we've been really fortunate to get to work with other incredible people and institutions who have also supported the sometimes silly things that we like to do. So we're going to thank them.
There's so many that we're reading them off our phones because we're millennials. First and foremost, the Larson Foundation and the Larson family and the American Theater Wing, thank you.
Yeah, we need to thank Ars Nova and the crew there, Jason Egan and Emily Schultz and Eric Sheethar.
Everybody at Playwrights Horizons Theater School, Helen Cook, Gene Anzulis, we love you too. And Kent Nicholson.
Barbara Pasternak at TheaterWorks USA.
Cesar Alvarez and the Polyphone Festival at University of the Arts.
Yeah, Cesar, who also is a Larson winner here, who I sang with at his acceptance like 2 years ago. It's like so wild to be here now. Paige Price and Theater Aspen.
Kathy Evans and the Rhinebeck Writers Retreat.
Mark Orsini and Helen Schultz.
Guild Hall in East Hampton.
And the Civilians R&D group and our group mates from 2016 when we did that jam. I just wanted to say that a recognition like this that is given not to a particular project but to artists feels really different than the recognition of being given something or recognized for like a show or a project. It really feels like it is validating all of our projects and lighting a fire under all of them and the variety of the things that we do and saying like do more of those things. And it's cool to have a single thing recognized, but it's easy to spiral into that trap of like, oh, maybe I should only just do things that are like this one thing that people have pointed out. And it's really empowering to be told that all of these different directions you're moving in are exciting and worthwhile. And I think the flip side of that is when an honor like this is placed onto us and not onto a project, it's easy to forget all of the many collaborators who have brought us this far, and that it's not the case that we're accepting it in lieu of all the collaborators on a particular project, but that all of our collaborators on all of our projects are the people who brought us here, the directors, the group mates from writing groups who gave us feedback and support, and dramaturgs and artistic directors and administrators and incredible sound crews who like help us to exist and sound good on stage. And in particular, our artistic community, our colleagues and our friends who write and create alongside us, whose collective inspiring genius lifts up our work and pushes our work forward, that is an ecosystem that we're a part of that allows us to be the artists who we are and make the work that we are trying to make in the world. So I want to thank all of those incredible people, bajillions of them, and also thank, I wrote this so coherently, all of those people from like the teachers at the rural Florida public schools that I attended who like created creative outlets in spaces where there really weren't very many, to this, yes, yeah, they took that on themselves in like their own hours because they thought it was important, and I would not be here if not for them. And then all the way to this community that has welcomed us here today. And everybody in between, and also especially thank you to my partner Paige, who is chief among the inspiring artists in my life, and also my family who couldn't be here today, but who've always encouraged my wacky work and dreams. Thank you.
So for as long as I can remember, Jonathan Larson has been like the patron saint of weird theater kids. And not just weird theater kids, but also this stunning, loving, welcoming energy that makes theater a place where there's a spot for everybody at the table. And everything that I've read and heard about Jonathan, the thing that I'm struck by the most is his tremendous love for his family, these incredible, generous people who've brought us here today, and also his creative family, his collaborators, who he championed and supported and loved just as much. And that's made me think a whole lot about my family, my blood family, and my creative family. Starting with my massive Irish Catholic family that's filled with priests and lawyers and soldiers, and they unceasingly loved and supported me when I was in Catholic school and I put on an old lady drag show in 3rd grade. They never batted an eye. And I want to thank my education family, every teacher at Bach Middle School of the Arts, Dreyfus High School of the Arts, Playwrights Horizons Theater School, Mrs. Morrison, Mr. Rosansky, Mrs. Lanhart, Jenny Mahoney, Gail Flynn, people who spotted this weird little potato person and motivated me and convinced me to make something and to find people who wanted to make things too. And my incredible group of friends, so many of whom are here tonight and are performing tonight. Thank you for inspiring and energizing me. And to my husband, Chris, who's watching tonight from California. He's the family that I go home to every night, and he inspires me most of all. Thank you so very much. I also just want to say, by putting Patti LuPone on the selection panel, were you actively trying to kill all of us? I was in airport security. I was in line to go through the metal detector when I got the call, and I screamed. It was like a true gay scream, and I was removed from the line and searched behind a panel. So I have to live with that.
I think we should dive into our bit, and then
Okay.
I'm sure things will be about ready. And if things aren't ready, someone just be like, stop, don't start playing yet. If we're not ready for that.
Great. Feels
Anyway,
good.
We're gonna do.
Yeah? Into character?
Hiya, folks.
Hiya!
My name is Thurston Shepard.
And I'm Thurston Shepard. No relation.
Now we're storytellers.
From a little place called Florida. Ooh.
Now we know that you good New York theater folk probably think that Florida is a dangerous and backward place full of nothing but gators and weirdos.
And you're pretty much correct.
Well, say, who here has been to Orlando? Show of hands, actually. That's a lot of people.
Well, this show ain't about Orlando.
You'd pay $95 to sweat your brains out and shake hands with a bunch of huge anthropomorphic vermin?
I can do that for free by just drinking a bottle of Dimetap and laying out in the sun for a couple hours.
No, this show ain't about that Florida, it's about our Florida. See, we're sort of Floridian diplomats.
On a goodwill mission, here to sing you a song from our Floridian folktale musical,
Finn the Fearless.
But a strange fella from up north who, well, he couldn't feel much of anything.
And you see, Finn was so fearless because his heart was asleep. And he decided that he needed to fix that, and the only way was to scare it awake.
So ignoring his dying mother's last wishes, he ventured down south to the most terrifying place in this world or the next, the Sunshine State. Great. And so Finn set out south, Florida bound. An unprecedented journey across a nation's worth of southern ground. But he was easily distracted from the task of navigation. He couldn't help but help folks caught in desperate situations. He jumped in a well in the state of Virginia, saved a girl that had just fell in. You never saw a Yankee get think that much to date. Ripped a cave in to save a miner, now he's famous in North Carolina, but he didn't stay to get a medal from the state. Now Finn just kept keeping on, traveling from dawn to dusk, dusk to dawn, just on and on. Got turned around, wound up
Kentucky where a trucker who was scared of heights got lucky, then drove those mountain roads without a flinch. Wound up in Louisiana, helped the voodoo queen build a bone cabana. She gave him good directions, but Finn just don't speak French. No, Finn just kept keeping on, traveling from dawn to dusk to dawn, just on and on. Now that's an awful lot of misdirection. He wasn't scared, but I got a question. Did his mama's words deter him still from crossing the line? He'd been everywhere else that he could, so at the Florida border he finally stood and he said, "I'm sorry, Mama," and met that Florida sunshine.
And you wouldn't believe the strange critters Finn saw, like swamp mosquitoes. And big mouth Florida panthers. And jellyfish.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Finn just kept keeping on, traveling from dawn to dusk to dawn, just on and on. Saw grass like a field of blades, 6 feet tall in the Everglades, and lost a pint of blood just passing through. Sinkhole nearly sucked it down. Some folks don't ever get found. You don't want to see the ones that do. Finn just kept keeping on, traveling from dawn to dusk to dawn, just on and 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 on. Florida's a lot longer than it looks. On and 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 on until he finally got where he was going. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.